Morning, Palace Birdies. Good morning, Association of Realtors. I am so excited to share with you Facebook and Instagram made simple. Let me just hop in. I'm going to be hopping in and out of my keynote deck, but the beginning, we'll just stay in it, full screen it, make it look good for the YouTube, right? So we are talking about how to use Facebook and Instagram as realtors, which is really great because these are extremely relational platforms. And what you do is extremely relational, has long game elements, long relationship elements. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down how Facebook and Instagram are uniquely positioned to make you stand out. And I want to reduce the overwhelm for you because it can be really overwhelming, especially Instagram. I feel like they're guilty of that. They make it really hard to keep up. And I want to help you create momentum with what you do on both of these platforms. So there are thousands of people out there who want to buy what you are selling, even real estate, even homes, even investments of this sort. They just don't know that you exist. And these two platforms are fantastic ways to stand out and to be known and to let people know, hey, I'm here and I do what you need and I'd love to help you. Facebook. Why are we talking about Facebook still? It's so old. It's been around forever. Well, it's still the most popular social network in the world. Full stop. Let that sit. More than 3 billion active users. It is the third most visited website in the entire world. The only two that rank higher than it are both Google products, Google and YouTube. And those are very important as well. That's a later workshop. But for now, let that sit though. Third most visited website in the world. Instagram is the fourth. Instagram is the fourth most visited website in the world, 2 billion active monthly users. And they do so many things so well. They are always developing. Why is Instagram challenging to keep up with? Because Instagram is always working on staying on top of trends. Now, I'm going to talk about profile mistakes today because this is something that you need to get right. We're also going to talk about a cheap $15 hack that lets you grow your database, that lets you grow your leads list on autopilot while taking less time. And we're going to talk about one more fun thing too. But first, let me kick it off because on both Facebook and Instagram, your profile is key. Your profile is so key. Why is your profile so very important? Your profile is important for 3 reasons. Here's the stakes. Here's what it will cost you if you get it wrong. If you don't get your profile right, potential followers will not find you. They will not be able to find you. Why? Because everything you put in your profile feeds that computer brain going on at Facebook, Instagram headquarters. It's looking for these keywords in your profile to match you up with people that might be a good fit for you. You ever hop onto Instagram and it says suggested content? You don't follow this person, but it's showing you their content. Well, a big piece of that is that creator's profile. They've put keywords that Instagram knows you're interested in their profile. And they're putting it in their content too, mind you, but you have to start with the profile. If you don't get the profile right, potential followers will not be able to find you. Facebook and Instagram are saying, help us help you. Jerry Maguire, right? Help me, help you. I want to help you get found because it's good for their business when you're connecting with people, when you're enjoying Instagram and Facebook. So help Facebook help you. Help Instagram help you get your profile right. Second, now this one, the last one is more about the computer. This one's more about the people. Those who find you will not follow you. If people find you, they're getting your content suggested for them, or they see you active in a Facebook group and you seem like a really great guy, a really lovely gal. They click on your profile. If your profile doesn't make sense, they won't follow you. So we have to get that profile right. We have to get it, one, professional, like the table stakes here is like, get it. If the last picture you have on Facebook is from some, I don't know, frat party back in the day, clean it up a little. Get it looking appropriate, get it looking like professional but fun. Be a fun person. You can have family, you can have dogs, puppies, babies. Actually, Facebook loves that. But you want to have it look like you are a professional who does great things, knows great stuff, and will really greatly help. So those who find you will not follow you if you don't get that profile together, finely tuned. Last, those who follow you will not buy from you, will not sell with you, will not work with you. But that profile builds trust, reminds people why they're following you, reminds people who you are, what you do, how you help, and why they should be working with you. So we got to get that profile right. I don't want to gloss over this, but let's go into a few of the details. And I'm going to try and go really quick and also show you some examples. And then from there, also, what I want to do is open up for Q&A. But first of all, here's the 3 most common profile mistakes that are keeping people from finding, following, and working with you. 1, your name doesn't include what you want to be found for. This is more of an Instagram one, but on Instagram, you have a line for your name. And let me hop out of Keynote for a second and show you what I'm talking about. So open up a new tab, Instagram.com, just go to mine, just to kick things off. Ed Oyama, small business marketing consultant. You don't have to just put your name there. In fact, you should not just put your name out there if you are in business, and all of you are. You put keywords there, and this is what helps the algorithm. That's what helps Instagram's computer brain figure out who might be a good fit for you, because there are people looking at Instagram tips on my business. There are people that love looking up how Instagram is changing, how it's growing. And when they do that, Instagram's brain remembers me and hooks me up with them from time to time. So you want to get your name finely tuned. So you can, like the table stakes, the basic one here would be like Palos Verdes area realtor or something along those lines. But if you have a niche, if you have a specialty, senior real estate specialist, for example, mortgages for seniors, that sort of thing. That's what you can put there. And the more plain English you can put it while also using the technical words, it's a fine balance there. But ideally, you want this profile to do both. Appeal to the computer, keywords like marketing, small business, consultant, but also things that appeal to people. I help you get clear on your brand message. Say it in plain English. Say it the way your ideal customer would say it. I sell houses in hard markets fast, you know? I don't know. How would you describe what you do to a layperson? What makes you special, you know? So that's 1. 2, your description doesn't say why people ought to follow you. Why ought to people be following you? And 3, your link doesn't lead to an ideal starting point. Remember, what's in it for them? This is why I say plain English is the win. Plain English is important. We have to let people know why they ought to follow us. If we're using too much technical language, they'll be like, oh, what does that even mean? In one of my coaching groups where I'm being coached, we always talk about the caveman test. Does it pass the caveman test? Could a caveman look at it, grunt, ugh, and say, oh, Jane sell houses. Cool. Follow, you know? Or does it say something really fancy, flowery? Or does it say you're a dog mom, you drink Slurpees, and you love long walks on the beach with martinis? That's 2 different drinks. But you want to have it coherent, focused, and leading people along to see, hey, why ought I follow you? And your link doesn't lead to an ideal starting point. Let me show you real quick an example. The link is probably the most technical, and at the end of the day, maybe the least important, but it's very important if you want to get business. I would say prioritize the first 2 first if you haven't done it yet. But the link, mine goes to something called 3 secrets, get the 3 secrets to social media success without going viral. I should actually add that. But this leads to an opt-in form where name and enter your email address. Really good. Links that I would suggest for realtors. A lot of you have something that's like a home value calculator. What's the true value of my home? Let me show you one of my clients' ones. This is not something I designed for her, but I did her website. Get a free consultation. That leads to her Calendly, which could be something that you put in your bio too, but what I would want in her bio, if we were to work on her Instagram, would be, I want my free housing report, find out your home's true value. And with her, you can see she's with EXP. This is a tool built into our toolkit, I'm assuming, as a realtor with EXP. And we enter our address, unit number, and we instantly get a detailed home estimate. What's in it for Peggy? She gets your address, your number. She eventually, I think I can do this. And I think the next thing I got to do is got to enter my name, my phone number, my email, and then she gets my contact. And anyone, I don't think it's rocket science, right? Anyone that's putting in their address to see what their home is worth, they're at the very least a warmish prospect, if not a hotter one, right? But these are things that you can put in your Instagram profile. You can put that up there, put a link there. If you want to get fancy, I made mine at oyama.com/3secrets. I made the link make sense, even in plain English, but it could just be whatever the link ends up being. But to look up some realtors, let me see if I have any of my recent favorites. One thing that I love to do on Instagram is I love to save reels and posts that speak to me. So I keep this folder. And what I do is I save anything that I think is a really good example of what's working on Instagram right now. I don't always go back to it. Even the act of bookmarking, I feel like it really does a lot for the way you think and the way you work. But having different creators, let me just show you a few different creators first. So this guy is viralvideo.club. You click on his link, you immediately see he didn't do too much here. And I would actually say he should get rid of this, but this guy's the bomb. He's great. I've gained 950,000 total followers in 23 months. I'll help you grow faster and earn more with social. Join Viral Video Club, and he's got a link. If I click there, immediately I go to a link tree where I can get his course, get his free thing. That's kind of his version of what's the true value of my house. You have an easy link there. Facebook, what's that look like on Facebook? This is my Facebook profile. I say I make marketing simple for busy business owners. It's not as finely tuned here because Facebook, the main reason people come to Facebook is to connect with family and friends, but you have an intro, use it. You have an intro, use it. Also, I'm going to be talking a lot more about your personal profile on Facebook than your business profile. Business profile is great if you are planning to use paid ads, but business profile is currently in 2024 very pay to play. If you're not paying money, it's not going to do much for you, but your personal profile gets crazy reach. And I'm going to talk about what to post on your personal profile on Facebook in a minute. But people here using Facebook? Yeah. Got you. Cool. Very smart, very good. Be on Facebook. Anyway, hopping back to the keynote. You got to remember what's in it for them. Let me hop to the next slide. Why going viral is overrated. Views and likes don't pay the bills. Visibility is not profitability. I feel like a lot of us, and it doesn't, realtors fall into it too, but just almost any business owner that hops on Instagram, Facebook, we're looking for crazy amounts of views. And the appeal, the allure of social media is always that, what if I could go viral? What if I could get 1,000, 10,000, a billion views? The thing about that is, where are these views, especially for you? Because I'm assuming most of you work the South Bay and not too far outside of the South Bay. Maybe there's a few outliers among you that work further out and you want to work further out. You want to work anywhere. Downtown LA, cool. San Gabriel Valley, cool. But I'm assuming a lot of you don't want to go too much further than like North Orange County, south side of LA. I don't know. You don't want to work like, say, Fresno or Vegas or Houston or DC or upstate New York, right? Where are these views coming from? If the views aren't coming from the South Bay, do they matter? To some extent, yes, especially if people are looking to buy in the South Bay, of course. But apart from that one case, do views and likes, are they really going to pay your bills? That's actually what I talk about in that link that I put in my Instagram bio, hint, hint. So if you go there, you give me your email, I'll tell you a little bit more than I'll be able to tell you in today's presentation. But secrets of selling on social without going viral at oyama.com/3secrets. But if you are a local brick and mortar or service business, which you all are, your ideal customers aren't out there in Brazil, aren't out there in Tokyo, aren't in Toronto, aren't in Timbuktu. They're here in California for the most part, especially because I know a lot of you want to work with sellers on seller transactions. You got to be where people are. So what's better than going viral? Where are your local clients? They are in local groups. And the reason I wanted to stay out of this was I want to show you some of the groups that you could be a part of. Hermosa Beach Residence Forum. Funny thing, I don't live in Hermosa Beach. I live in Gardena. I work out at Redondo Beach at a co-work space. I'm actually in a co-work space in Gardena right now, but I am allowed to be a part of the Hermosa Beach Residence Forum. When you join, you just got to give them a reason why you should be a part of Hermosa Beach. And I just wrote, dude, I love Hermosa Beach. I go walking there, I go shopping there, I go eating there. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Love the St. Patty's Day parade. You hop in, it's really easy to join, and it's really easy to become what we call a top contributor. I might even be one in this group. But guess who your ideal client is and where they hang out on Facebook? Well, they hang out in places like this. Hermosa Beach Residence Forum. And in fact, if you do a little search in Facebook, you can find groups that are of people in local neighborhoods where your ideal clients are. For me, I graduated from North High in Torrance, born and raised North Torrance, Praia and Artesia. So I'm class of 99 up there. If you are an alum of your high school, hop in that alumni group. A lot of people love the South Bay. They come back after going out, working around, traveling around. Is this a question that you could answer? This is how you become a top contributor, by the way. Does anyone have a dentist they love locally? Great teeth cleaning, some new technology, not insanely expensive, TIA. I actually don't like my dentist. I'm not going to answer that one. But do you love your dentist? Anyone here love their dentist? Could you answer that question? If you could, you hop in. Or if you have opinions, then you like just hop in and start liking. And when you show up as a top contributor or you're just showing up, like, I don't know. So I would write, shoot, following. I don't know. I want to know who the best dentist is in Hermosa Beach. And I'm just going to be looking through this, liking different ones. Oh my gosh, they're all used car sales. I'm just responding to stuff. This is not taking me a lot of time, by the way. But I bet these dentists that are being recommended by top contributors, they're getting a chance to get viewed. If you really want to help your dentist out and you're paying close attention, when this has 0 comments, if you're the first one in the pool, hey, that dentist is going to get a little extra visibility because everyone that drops by is most likely going to see his name show up. So if you want to do your dentist a solid, I know a lot of you are big networkers, or maybe you're in a BNI group or something along those lines. Fantastic opportunity to be the hero, show up, and become what we call a good neighbor in the Facebook group. This is the key principle. When you are a good neighbor in the Facebook group, what you're doing is you're leaving breadcrumbs. Because what happens when people keep seeing you giving terrific advice all the time? Well, we're going to click on your name and we'll see, oh, and if you are a strategic local business owner and you have an intro here and you're posting in a way where we can realize what you do and that you might help us, if I can see that in the first swipe of your profile, I might just click add friend. I might just click message, you know, things can happen off of that. And the algorithm might even just start showing me to you because you showed interest. So find groups that you could be a part of. Here's a few of my favorites that you might not be looking at. Let me just go to the groups. So on Facebook, you've got groups on desktop right here in a button called groups. South Bay Parents, a local anchor community. And the funny thing I realized when I was in this group, I used to be a website developer. In my first months in this group, I got a lead. I actually got approached by a startup in the beach community out here in the South Bay who wanted a new website done. They were working on, I can't remember if it was Series A or Series B funding, but it was in the millions, right? And they're like, hey, we need a new website. I was like, get out. And then it struck me. Startup founders, CEOs, and founders are parents too. I mean, it's probably obvious to most of you. Maybe it's just not obvious to me. But there are all sorts of people in this group. And again, even if they're not looking to directly buy or sell, which most of them are kind of pop into a Facebook group, say, I'm looking to sell my house. They're looking for a lot of different things. And there's a lot of great networking opportunities up in here. I'm looking for a parent who has an upcoming birthday or baby shower that might be interested in having, dude, this is cute for half price. Makes a great drink station. This is cool. I guess there's a really crafty local business owner and she made this and people are asking questions. And this is great. You can just hop in and talk to people. What's the pricing? Anonymous member, we're looking for someone to bake a cake. Could you answer that question? I mean, who knows what's it called? Caramia down in Lamia. You're like, I would suggest that for this, right? I might even be able to give them a personal intro tour, but you hop in, you do that. Mir Costa introduced flag football as a resounding success. Okay, cool. I don't reply to everything, by the way, if I'm not super interested. Wow, I don't know what that is. That was kind of crazy. But any local parents own a healthy food truck or a DJ? Perhaps you know someone for an event. Oh my gosh, let me. I know that one. I'm not going to do it right now because I have to think too hard, but I'm going to add that to this. Networking. Actually, I haven't saved one for I usually just reply on the spot, but we're presenting right now. Who are your local favorite businesses to support? By the way, Laura Stotland, the admin, is a South Bay local. She lives out here. She's a great person to know. This is an easy way to get to know her. Answer her posts because she's working hard as admin and sometimes people just don't answer. But this is being a good group member. South Bay parents. Let's see here. Gardena, California neighborhood. I'm a part of that one. SoCal Family Fun and Events Group. That's a cool one. This one's kind of funny. This is a local business owner right here. Laura Summers Wine and Coffee Lovers Group. But Laura Summers is a local. So if you join groups that locals are setting up, it's not just about where your ideal customers are. It's also about who they follow. It's not just about where, it's also about who. So if you can find the who's that they're following and they're hanging out, especially if they're locals, there's not too many of those. There's a lot more groups. I'm in Cerritos, California. Businesses and business owners often think about real estate, if not to live, then to invest. That's a good place to be. South Bay Networkers. This is a newer one, but 980 members. It's a great place to be. I try to avoid the ones that are mostly people advertising, but at the same time, it might be a good place to actually get to know people. Your end game here is not just to go very passive too, although that's a great way to just get known and to get seen. But when you really start talking to people, you might actually end up having conversations with them. As a BNI member myself, I want to make and pass legitimate referrals. And if you're in, like, say, the Palos Verdes Leads group, or in, what's it called, LATIP, or something like that, and you are in a group where you know networking even gives you benefits within your group and passing great referrals, then I would hop in the DMs. I would DM someone and say, hey, you know, if you're willing to go a little bit further out, the dentist I'm checking out in Cyprus is Dr. Bill Poe. And I'm about to get a consultation with him next week. And I'm only out there because I network out there and hang out there a lot for work. But if you're interested, or if you end up out there, maybe Dr. Bill Poe's a good fit. I probably wouldn't DM that. That's pretty out of the blue. But, you know, North Redondo Beach has a group. Redondo Beach Residents is a group. South Bay Local Insider is a group. Some of these are further. That's Idaho. That's Central California. Torrance Parents Group is a group. You get the idea. There is a lot out here. Powered by Strength and Grace. She's actually in the Palos Verdes Chamber on the board. Corey Matthews, she's fantastic. I bet you some of you know her. Events in the South Bay, LA County. These are all places. I love Hermosa Beach. CrossFit Provoke members. Okay, that's just me and the guy. Fail. Don't join that one. That one's no good. But South Bay, LA Disability Parent Community, Torrance Town Hall. It keeps going and going. Now, not all of these are places where I hang out on a regular basis, but these are ideas for you to check out. And if you find a group that really vibes with you, where you have a lot of easy, natural opportunities to connect with people that are enjoyable for you, then I would say hop in there. So where are your local clients, your ideal clients? Go there in the local groups, join those groups where they are. They follow other locals. So go comment on other locals' posts and comments, unless they follow you on your personal account. So don't just post on your business account. Besides that, business accounts on Facebook are pay to play. This is more of a Facebook tip when we're talking about groups. But your personal profile gets crazy reach. Let me just show you something. Hopping into my profile recently. So I use an approach, and this is not on a slide, but this is called jab, 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 right hook. This was popularized by Gary Vaynerchuk. He wrote a book about it over a decade ago. The advice still works today. But what you want to do is mix up your personal posts with your work posts. Now, you don't want to post about work all the time on your personal, because this is a personal profile. Most people here are for friends and family. They don't want to see all of your work stuff all the time. But here's the other side of that. Your work is part of your life, is it not? Especially as a realtor. So what you want to do is jab, 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 post about your life, your family, what you're eating, what you're enjoying, what you're watching on Netflix, and then right hook, talk about what you're doing for work. Sometimes even make it a direct ask. For me, like this is a thing I'm a part of. Actually, it's a great tool for realtors, something called send out cards. If you're not sending physical mail to your past clients, potential clients, thank you letters, cards, brownies, that sort of thing, I throw out this little hook. I found a way to send a free postcard in the mail anywhere in the world. Want to try it? And you just drop that out there. And serious a fun way to surprise someone to make their day, especially in another country, another continent. Also, it's legit free. I do business with the people that send out cards. This is their free promo. Let me know if you want the link. I don't post the link because Facebook doesn't want people to leave Facebook. But what you do is you tell people to comment. Besides, you want conversations anyway. Conversations lead to conversions. But you put this post out there and see what happens. Will it work? I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it's okay because I just have this cadence of posts going, workish, and then not workish. This was when I used to live overseas in a country called Kyrgyzstan when I was doing volunteer work. This is my family road trip to Idaho last week, and I'm just posting pictures. Reach, 38 others, 40, 2 comments, that achievement unlocked. This one got 101 likes and 7 comments. This is a video, it got 57. So I mix it up, especially on road trip week. I didn't really post about work. 88 others, but you mix more ASCII posts and more businessy posts. This is not a businessy post, but it's an ask post for a friend. Can you save the pickleball courts in Torrance? And then I mix it up with memories. Instagram will make it easy for you. Facebook will make it easier. I'm going to say repost this one. I got coffee with Mary Lynn Miller, a really awesome coach. This is a little bit more businessy, a little bit more ASCII. But you mix up funny stuff, meme stuff with work stuff. This is a referral opportunity for a friend who's really killing it finding cheap luxury tickets to box seats, and he does it all the time. Bill Rosie, and a great person to know, by the way, if you want to get cheap tickets to concerts or sporting events at really great prices. But I put out his hot deals every now and then. This is the kind of thing you can be posting on Facebook. Now, Instagram, the deal is different. You don't jab, 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 right hook, or you do, but it works different. Jab, 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 right hook on Instagram is you post value, 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 where you're not really asking for anything big, but then you do throw in your big swings too, asking for people to sign up for your free housing report. I would recommend asking people if they would like to come to a workshop. I feel like workshops are really underrated, And a workshop can be simple as a Zoom meeting with a recording where you break down the 3 secrets to staging your house, the 4 mistakes that every seller makes that I've worked with last year, in the last 10 years as a realtor or something like that. You just throw out hooks like that and see what happens. Connect with people, converse. If you don't want to do a workshop, but you're just thinking about it, you can legitimately say, I'm thinking of doing a workshop on the 5 conversations you need to have with your aging parents while you can, especially if you're a senior real estate specialist. That's a great workshop. The last point I would say, or the third point I would say, is the real estate conversation, the housing conversation. But jab, 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 right hook. Give some value, entertain and educate, and then ask for something. So I try to mix that up. And it's not exactly that way. So like there's kind of more 2 ASCII posts in a row that are there and here. But there's a mix. Basically, the idea is give more than you take, get help more than you ask, and you're good. And by the way, profile on Instagram, one last thing that you can do is you can create a start here button or a story highlight. And this is where you put a little bit more about your asks. So if someone starts here, they learn more about me and what I do and how I help, who you are, who you help, how you help them. And I put out my 3 big offers here in the start here button for a 3-hour marketing roadmap. I offer a 1-hour mini marketing plan, and I offer content, lots of workshops, stuff like this. But that's how people know how to do business with me. I don't have a ton of followers on Instagram, but what I can tell you is that this has been 2 years and cleared almost 5K in income revenue for the business from this Instagram account. You don't need to have a big account. You don't need to go viral. Again, don't chase virality, chase value for you and your business. That being said, what you can do on Instagram, because I talked a lot about Facebook, follow locals and people that follow you on your personal account. This is probably the more relevant one for Instagram. Number 2, you don't have groups. Actually, as a realtor, you could just use your personal account for your business, honestly. I feel like that could work done well. And that's a longer conversation, but hit me up if you want to talk about that. But they follow other locals. What I would recommend as a realtor, Krista Mayshore talks about this a lot in her trainings, being the queen or king of the town. And what you want to do is you want to be checking out and following and commenting on other local businesses, especially ones with lots of reach. Let me see. Let me take a guess. Sprinkled cookies. Actually, she's really cool though, and she's great at building community. I went to her cookie party last night. But when you are in the comments talking to local business owners about what they're doing, like I would just go and very enthusiastically. I went and it was amazing. My kids loved it. Thanks a ton, Janice. I try to be enthusiastic whenever I'm typing here. But this kind of thing shows up. It's another opportunity for people to see my face. I try to like other people's comments. I don't take too long on this. I usually end up just trying to get work done and coming into Instagram and Facebook multiple times a day anyway. And when I do, I just remember I can be here for work, just like, oh my gosh, this is actually about milk. But that's really funny. I have 3 kids. I get it. That's crazy. I'll come back and comment on that one. But you go through, often the ones in our local area that get great follows are local businesses that do food, by the way. That's an easy one. If you want to know the local businesses that are getting lots of visibility, lots of follows, hop into places like Tacos El Goloso. They're opening another location, I heard. One more. It was just announced in a Facebook group. I can't even remember where, but commenting on these, hopping in. If you know, is San Pedro open today? Then you hop in and you say, yeah, oh, I was just there, or it's totally open today. And remember, Dewan B, despite that he's a private account, he might be an ideal client. But you don't overthink this stuff, you just do. Hop in, talk to people, relate. The vibe on both of these places is you're at a family picnic, you're at the office water cooler, you're all avoiding work, you're just chilling out. So just hop in and comment. And you could even comment on the comments and just be out there. Because again, like Krista Mayshore says, and I bet Tom Ferry says too, be the king of the town, be the queen of the town, be the one in the know. If you are a little bit more advanced and you like making content, I would ask if we could collab. Hey, could I do an interview? Get one of these mic kits from Amazon. The cheap ones are 20, the better ones are 120, but you know, just grab a couple mics. How did you start Tacos El Goloso? That is amazing. And what's the secret to your success? And what's the secret to a great taco? 3 questions. Just make a quick video. They'll super appreciate you. You'll build a relationship with the owner. A lot of people you'd be surprised how easy it is to hop into the messages with people like this. Just hop in the DMs and say, hey, I mean, just for live experience, I love your tacos. Curious, would it be? I make a lot of local content here in the South Bay and wanted to know, could I do a quick reel interviewing the founder or interviewing the founder or one of the owners? I'm not going to hit send actually because I can't see what I'm typing even. Oh, there it is. Of the owners. You guys are the best. Maybe caps there would be over doing it for a DM, but oh, they don't allow new message requests from everyone. So, okay. Well, that's all right though, because I follow them on Facebook and I think I have a lead on who one of the owners is. So I do that there. But anyway, you see how simple this is? This is one of the rare accounts that actually does that. A lot of accounts don't even do that. How do I know? I know because I actually started an account as an experiment for the Gardena Chamber of Commerce called the South Bay's Best. And I just DM'd restaurant after restaurant after restaurant. Hey, love your content. I didn't even go through the effort of offering an interview. I just asked, could I repost your content? Because it's awesome. Dude, that like basically this entire account, I did not build any of my own content. I just asked everyone nicely for permission on their viral content and said, could I repost your reels? And the end result is like on an account with 336 followers, we are regularly punching above our weight because we're posting stuff that already went viral and we're getting, I don't even put effort into this anymore, but it grows views and follows. And it's just the funniest thing. It's a very low effort account. But if you as an actual person ask people for permission to repost stuff, then that could be even better. So anyway, that's the king of the town, queen of the town approach. We're getting activity. I don't even check this account. I haven't worked on it actively, but it still gets follows and views. And I'm like, huh, fascinating. Built a little monetizable thing. I digress. But following local businesses, if you want an idea of what some local businesses you might follow that have viral reach could be, follow the South Bay's Best. Even though I'm not working on it, all the restaurants on there are your hit list. Go for it. You know, just look at that content and go. Follow those people, comment on them, reach out in the DMs. A lot of them are great business owners too and great people. Really friendly. You'd be surprised how friendly the people behind these Instagram accounts often are. And you might be surprised, not surprised, to find out that it's often the owners or someone close to the owner, like their nephew or niece. So, that being said, does all of this feel like a lot of work? Because it can be. But one thing that you can do to make it a little bit easier, and it's relatively cheap compared to a lot of the social media stuff you could be doing right now, use a chatbot. How to spend less time and sell more on social. This is something we've been talking about. Curiosity, comments, conversations. Curiosity is this. Don't give people the link directly. Besides, Facebook hates that. Facebook wants you to stay addicted to Facebook on Facebook forever, wants you to waste 17 hours on it today. So don't put links in the post because that is against what Facebook wants. It sends people away from Facebook, and that's not what Facebook wants. What Facebook likes, though, is when you DM each other on Facebook. What Instagram likes is when you DM each other on Facebook. And that's why you see so many content creators saying stuff like, hey, comment plan if you want my Instagram plan, or if you want my business plan for your business. Why? Because they have a chat bot. The easiest one to use, the one that I would recommend if you've never done anything like this before, is ManyChat. I used to have an affiliate link. I don't have one right now. There's nothing in this for me. Just go here, try free. You can do it 1,000 times free of charge. That might even be more than what you need. But what you can do is, comment address if you want the address of this house that is going on sale this weekend. It's about to get listed. If you want insider information, that sort of thing. You know who might be doing this well? Danny Femmel. She's a friend of mine from my BNI chapter. Yeah, she really kills on content, by the way. She's a really good example of how you can make this work. She's a great person to follow and really friendly too. She posts about her daughters. She posts about her fitness. It's more of a vlog style one, but you bet she lists real estate stuff, new listing alert. And she does have a professional do these videos, because look at that pan. Look how clean the audio is coming in, even though it was coming in from far away. They got microphones on. But good news, you don't have to be so fancy. The current president of your association, Jason Buck, check out his YouTube. He's just walking in with his phone. It's not edited. It's very off the cuff. It's very relatable. And that's the secret to what he's doing. And that even gets Jason opportunities. So, hey, do that. But if you can make videos one way or another, this is a great approach, but mix it in. Like I said, jab, 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 right hook. That's what Danny is doing. She's posting fun stuff, posting life stuff. Photography is like a memory keeper. Just listed, boom. Jab, jab, jab. Here's the right hook. Just listed in Long Beach. Jab, jab. What is this mythical ethereal thing we always hear about? Equity. She's doing content. Now, this is not a direct sale thing, but it's educating. If you're good at talking to camera, that's a great approach. If you're not great at talking to camera, but you're great at typing, that could have been a graphic, But that's the idea. Mix it up. She's not doing automations. Well, in any case, I'm betting the way her account works, these things probably don't last too long. It might be a lot to set up an automation just for a just listed that will probably go off the market pretty fast, knowing the way Danny works. But that's what that is. But if you're doing something more long-term, like let's say you had, going back to senior real estate's example, let's say you have a text version or a PDF version of the 5 conversations you need to have with your aging parents while you still can. Comment aging or comment parents if you'd like my free PDF showing you how to have these conversations, how to start them, the questions to ask, and the attitudes to have where it won't offend everyone and will make it actually work. So that's automations. That's automations. But if there was one takeaway I would tell you, it's that this doesn't have to be complicated and you don't have to go viral. You really don't have to go viral to have good business coming in off of Instagram and Facebook. Work what works for you. Keep it simple, because what's simple gets done and what's simple wins. And that's why I call myself Super Simple Marketing. And I'll open it up for questions now.
All right, any questions, anybody?
Yes, I have one. Thank you, Ed. I was just curious because it seems like you are kind of just like going where your gut is taking you when you're seeing things, commenting, liking, answering. Do you have any kind of metric that you found, like I try to interact with X number of people a day, or I post like this many times a week on Instagram or Facebook? So I guess my question is more about like frequency and consistency, like if you have a suggestion for that.
Ooh, that's good. I Silk, you do content on the regular, right? I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I try.
You tried. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I would say it's a sliding scale based on your skill level and your comfort. One of my key things that was a gut feeling at the beginning, but now like several years in, I'm like, no, this is a rule. Keep it sustainable. Keep it sustainable. Whatever you can do that you can sustain, that's the win. But so like consistency can be daily, consistency can be 3 times a day, but you know, at the end of the day, consistency is also weekly, as long as you're doing it every week. But what I would also say is follow your fun, follow what lights you up. Don't join a group like if the way the politics go in one of these Facebook groups are not your politics and it annoys the heck out of you, then just like don't go to that group. And that same way of doing things, I would say apply to everything. Apply it to even platforms. There's other platforms that I'm talking about with you guys. I think I'm slated to talk about YouTube, LinkedIn. Honestly, some of those platforms might be better for you than these 2 platforms today even. But you got to follow what you can sustain and what you enjoy. That's really key. That being said, if you are enjoying Facebook and Instagram video is a lot of work to create. It's always more than people think, even if you follow all the tricks to make it easy. So I would suggest 1 a week and make some stories and see how that feels. It's kind of like when you're working out. My trainer says, listen to your body. I would say the same thing for you. Try that, listen to your body. It sounds weird to say it, but seriously, listen to yourself. Did I like that? Did I enjoy it? Did it feel hard? Did it feel easy? Cool. Let's keep going. You'll get better at it the more you do. That's the other reason I say consistency is so important, because the more of this you play, the more you do this. I was terrible at video my first year doing videos. Oh my gosh. It was awful. It was so awkward. I'd freeze up. I could not do what I'm doing right now my first year, but that's that. Facebook is a little bit easier. The one trick is commenting is way easier than posting. So get your profile looking snazzy, get it ready to like attract followers and attract the algorithm and convert to sales. Do that first. And then just comment a lot. Leave breadcrumbs everywhere on the internet leading back to your Facebook profile, to your Instagram profile. That's a lot easier. And some of you will find that a lot easier and a lot more appealing and a lot more fun, especially if you love networking or if you're in BNI again or a Palos Verdes leads group, that sort of thing. I think that might be your better play. Again, listen to your body. But that I feel like I could do every afternoon easily, just chill, shoot out 5 comments, 20 likes, and retain my top contributor status. So when I do say something, it's got a little extra weight in the group. Does that answer your question, Silk?
Yeah, it does. Thank you, Ed.
Fantastic. Got time for maybe 1 or 2 more.
And we got 10 minutes left, so take advantage of the opportunity to talk with Ed directly right now. So regarding like with associations, is there something that you see that is more effective in associations extending their reach, so our reach?
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a really good question. I would say with associations, of course, you want to find your most enthusiastic people that already are enjoying social media to be working on your social media. I feel like that's the real hack. Like the Torrance Kiwanis, they realized I love this stuff and they said, hey, Ed, make us some stuff. And I'm like, oh, you bet. I'll shoot video at our next meeting. I'll connect with our speakers because I love connecting with speakers and you never know what happens. You never know who knows who. It's a lot of fun for me on the personal angle and the content angle. So I love doing that for the Torrance Kiwanis. And if you can find that person within the association, that makes everything easier. In the Palos Verdes Chamber, I know Corey Matthews is one of them, and Kathy Johnson is another one. So that's one trick. Another thing is just I feel like for the association, say like you guys have a lot of great content. You do so many workshops and you're posting it on YouTube. I don't get discouraged about low views on YouTube. By the way, I think that's part of the process and I think that's fine. Just that you have it and you did it. But one thing that you could do, I just started vlogging on my YouTube channel again, which is a whole other conversation. But something that you can do with your vlogs or your workshops, in your case, is you go to Opus Clip. And they even have a free tier that's pretty good for this. But you take a long video and it makes short form content, vertical, like TikTok-y, Instagram-y content out of your long videos. And just to show you, let me sign in. This one. Let me see if I can show you. So yeah, this is a project that I just did. I talked about third place in coffee culture, ideas that spread win. So I'm talking about how Starbucks started and how it created things like co-work spaces where I love working now. But what I did is I threw in a 6-minute video and it created for me. Oh, it's even advertising. I can post my clips. It adds captions to it and it cuts out parts. Now it makes some mistakes. This lady was just in the background and it treated it like she was part of the conversation. So it's kind of awkward.
I remember when
It's just her face looking at her laptop. But on the other side of things,
ideas that spread wing. And some of you might not remember life before Starbucks.
I won't make you watch the whole thing, but yeah, these are automatically cut out of my video. That used to take a lot of time and effort to do, and Opus makes it really simple. And if I don't like what Opus gave me, I can click the pencil. And this is with the free tool, mind you. I'm still not paying the money. I can even see, I can make it shorter. The part that we cut out, I can make it longer, right? And then when I find one that I like, I just download it. It's like, I like this one. I'll download it in HD and then I can repost it to my Instagram. But I do think, honestly, as association leadership, I am betting you have a lot of wisdom to share. I think about my church this way too, because I hang out with some of the leaders and I'm like, and it doesn't matter, nonprofits, business owners, you have a lot of insights that are useful to people. I think it would be great if you just turned on your camera, set it up on a coffee mug, and just talked to it. Hey, we just had this great workshop with Ed, and here's my 3 takeaways. 1, this. 2, that. And 3, this. If you are a realtor, make sure you don't miss our next workshop next week because we're switching gears. We're talking about the balcony law. And if you don't know about the balcony law, you better get in here. And if you do know about it, you better get in here because things are changing in 2024. And we did all the work for you. We got an expert to come talk to you. You'll learn more in 1 hour than you would have learned in 5 hours reading this stuff on Google. So like little bits of content like that is a really easy win. And I think just letting people know is really key. That would be your hook if you're like working more for the association than for your real estate business. Like, do you know any realtors? We're doing a great free workshop and it would be great if they could come because we'll help them a ton. That would be what I would do with this. Hey, do you know any realtors? Real estate friends, or do you know a realtor? I'm betting too there's people in your friends group. Like I've got a lot of friends that I've made over the years. It says followers on mine because I changed the setting, but then they are from all over the place. But same things, it's like college friends, English students. I used to teach English, the whole thing. There's a lot of people in my network. A lot of people still don't know what I do. So what you do is you just let people know what you do. You let people know that you just did a workshop, like, oh, my video finally downloaded. Like I could just hop in fact, like I just full screened you. And what I'm probably gonna do is to let people know that I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do a quick selfie like this, or actually the light was bad. I'll do it this way. And I would say, hey, this was me. This morning I did a free workshop for the Palos Verdes Association Realtors. This is what I'm going to type on Facebook on how to use Facebook and Instagram in 2024. Easier, faster, and closer to the sale than ever. Something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna post that to my Facebook. It lets people know. In my coaching group, what our team talks about all the time is activity is good. Activity is great, especially on social. Just having activity happening. Like I went to my family barbecue in Idaho and they're like, dude, Ed, you're doing so much. And I thought about it, it's like, am I? It's a pretty comfortable pace for me, but I do make a lot of noise about it in between family pictures, dog pictures, taco pictures. Oh yeah, I did another workshop this week. Oh, I'm prepping for the workshop. Oh, the workshop ended. Here is one thing that I learned from giving this workshop. It's like commenting on, I can make 3 posts out of one workshop. And that's not even advertising it properly. Like advertising it properly is like getting on a little bit earlier, weeks ahead too. But I have just a lot of activities that I'm hanging out with. So I'm telling people about my BNI keynote. I'm telling people about Palos Verdes thing is happening. I'm doing association. I'm doing chamber. I'm going to a ribbon cutting tomorrow. You want to get some free tacos with me? It's going to be amazing. This sort of thing.
Yeah, so I see the great thing about Opus is that I know a lot of us are conflicted whether to do the horizontal or the vertical. We can, with Opus, we can do the horizontal long form video, knowing that we're going to go back and put it into Opus, and it's going to chop it up into smaller pieces that we can put for the vertical.
100%, 100%. And that's really good because it's got a little bit of AI, so it finds the parts for you that would probably be good. It's not perfect, mind you. You might start doing some of that yourself sometimes, but the thing about Opus that is neat, I am not an affiliate with Opus. I wish they had a program because I can't stop telling people about it. It's pretty affordable. $9 a month for starter. You can throw in 150 minutes of video, which is probably more than most of you would need. But Pro is 9.5 a month. You pay the whole thing up front. This starter one is only available monthly. They don't even ask you for a whole, I don't know how many dollars that is up front. It's pretty chill. So yeah, it's a great tool. I'm not even using paid for now. I'm just gonna play with the free one and see if having the Opus watermark on it feels bad to me. I have a feeling it won't really feel that bad, but if I start feeling bad, I'll just, $9. That's one Starbucks these days, jeez.
Well, all right, well, we are at the top of the hour, so last chance for any questions for Ed. Not then Ed, so thank you for joining us today.
Hey,
And
fantastic.
well,
So
it's
appreciate you
great
guys.
information, and we will see you the next time.
All right, take care. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
All right, bye.